Hey everyone, it's Dreamer. Hope you're well today. Today's video is the second in our series of tips, tricks, and how-tos. Once again, aimed at slightly more of the beginner audience to AFK Journey, but it's effectively how can you improve your manual stages, or just AFK stages in general, via optimizing your in-game settings, and with a focus on the battle settings. So today's video, what we're going to do, we're going to run through what you have at your disposal that you can influence and manipulate to make your life easier, and then some of the settings that you can turn on or off to make your life easier. So let's delve in. So, when you load into an AFK stage and press battle, in the bottom right hand corner, you'll find two settings that you can manipulate. The first one is symbolized as 2x. What this is referring to is the speed in which everything is occurring around you. If you are overwhelmed by the pace of combat, you can turn this off and effectively everything will occur in 1x time. The other button is a spinning cog. This effectively represents everything happening automatically while it's on. If you turn this off, you now have the ability to manually manipulate and use your hero's ultimate abilities. And you'll see at the bottom of the screen what I mean by that. Now you've taken control of your heroes, you have the ability to effectively use every single one of them manually. But the downside to this is some of these heroes you really don't need to control yourself. And you can effectively allow them to just do what they want to do. But you don't have the option by default to, for example, let the game play 3 of your heroes while you play 2 of them. And that is exactly where the in-game settings can make a difference. So we're going to go back to the settings menu and we're going to delve into what we can manipulate. We're now going to navigate back to the settings, back to the battle menu, and we're going to scroll down and we're going to find under manual control, tap to activate the mechanism, and auto battle we're going to turn to only select heroes. So now we have enabled these two things, I'm going to take you back into an AFK stage and show you what that looks like. One thing to point out before we go back to the AFK stage, you have the ability to also manipulate the combat text that you're seeing during the AFK stage. I appreciate that there is a lot of noise going on, and that's visual noise, when you're doing this game, when you're playing this game. You can turn that off in this settings menu. And I encourage you, if you're one of those players that doesn't like how much visual noise there is on your screen, just turn it off. Okay, now we're going back to the AFK stage. And here you go. Effectively, you now have the ability to control certain heroes. You have been given an independent cogwheel for every single hero, meaning you can now turn off all of the heroes, one of the heroes, whatever you desire. So this gives you much more freedom to determine how you want to play the game. If you want to manual Iron, feel free. If you want to manual Saida, feel free. This gives you that ability while also making it extremely easy to let the game run through certain heroes like Valara or Omnis or whoever it may be. Okay, so now we know that we have the ability to effectively manual an individual hero or heroes or the entire team, whatever we see fit. But now you're probably asking, well, how do I know who to manual and when? So what we're going to do is we're going to nicely tie this video and the first video together. In the first tip and trick, we pointed out the fact that you can find records of other teams that have defeated this. What you can do is you can navigate to those records, and in the bottom left you'll see a little chart. If you click on that chart, it will take you to effectively a breakdown of the damage that occurred during that fight. But more importantly, in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a button called Replay. If you click this, it will give you the exact replay that that person has effectively done, meaning you can see exactly what inputs they did. Now, just to be crystal clear, you can't see their physical mouse or mouse inputs, but what you can do is you can slow down the replay. You can turn off 2x and leave it on 1x. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to identify when a hero is automatic and when a hero is manual by how quickly the individual ultimates, so uses their ultimate. So in this clip, you'll see that the effectively person doing the AFK stage, they only are manualing Saida. And we can see that based on how slow versus how fast the inputs are. Okay, so there we have it. Through the power of in-game settings that are fairly hidden from you, you now have the ability to manipulate individual heroes, meaning you only have to potentially watch, let's say, 1 or 2 heroes instead of 5, reducing your complexity and workload as a player massively. In addition, you now have the ability to go and find replays and see how another player has effectively manualed their way to victory. So, I encourage you, take this into your AFK stages and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.